Hey everybody. Well, you can see what's going on in the sky there, right? That's called geoengineering, and it's quite hideous. This is chemtrails, which probably underneath my video now will be described as contrails. But when I grew up as a child, watching airplanes at high altitude, you could just see a little dot signifying that that's the airplane. And then there was this tiny little white line behind it, very short and very short-lived. Pretty much, it was kind of like the airplane dot and the tiny little white line was just moving across the sky. There was nothing lingering behind it. It was just that little line, tiny little line. But as you see here, it's a very long line, continuous and everlasting. You see it here too, right there. That's not condensation trails. This is chemtrails. This is where they're just being laid out. And this is in East Texas. There's some beautiful cumulus nimbus clouds here. Very pretty. I think this is, I don't know if it's in Angelina County. And I'm driving on Texas 103. And here again, you clearly see the lines. And what I want you to pay attention to, this stuff right here, this stuff over here, is the layout of chemtrails. All that. This is not clouds. This is induced cloud cover. This is clouds. All that. This is real clouds. How clouds are supposed to look like. And again we see it. So a little later, you still see there. All that right here is the result of chemtrailing in our skies. This is a real cloud. This is real clouds. All that right here. But everything else that you see here, this whispery stuff, this milky white, not pure white, is the result of aerosols, atmospheric aerosol injection. And this is the same trail just some minutes later. Again, this is a real cloud. This is a real cloud. And this one too, and this down here. But this stuff here is not real clouds. This is the result of what is being done in the atmosphere right here. And again, here we see it very clearly. All this, that's chemtrails. That's the result of chemtrails. And the rest you see here that is actually having a form is actually real clouds. And again here, you can clearly distinguish between real clouds and what is not real clouds. And here too, this is here where crossover on 103 into Louisiana, going east. I'm in Texas right there. And this is Sabine River. This is a gigantic reservoir sitting in East Texas by the state border. Beautiful reflection. I wish they would be completely wind still. That would have made this picture even more beautiful. But all this is real clouds, and all what you see here, this stuff, whatever you want it to be, is actually the result of chemtrailing. This is not clouds. This is aerosol residue. And again here you see it. And you see it protractedly here. This is on a I-49 going south, And we have a gigantic cumulus nimbus cloud sitting here, and it is looking like it's going to produce some rain, but everything around here is the result of aerosol injection, atmospheric injection, and it's very clearly here. You can clearly see what is clouds and what is not. This is a hot mess, still on 49. And here again, out on the east side, going south on 49, you see a gigantic cumulus nimbus cloud here, and it looks like it's going to double off rain. But what you see in between, again, is whatever. You know what I mean. And here again, this is in Louisiana, driving on I-10 going east. This is sunrise. And you see they are already out being busy. And here they're busy too, painting the sky. And here again you see that there is this milky white weird stuff sitting in the atmosphere, which is not clouds. And funny enough, this was in Boise and Rapides County on 49, and this truck driver have a freaking live parrot in her truck. I've never seen anything like it, but there's a living parrot. It's not a freaking figure. This is the real deal, a real parrot. That was so hilarious. And we have a view over the horizon. I don't even know where this is taken, but oh yeah, I actually know where this is one is taken. This is the on-ramp from I-49 in Shreveport, Louisiana, going on to I-20 West. And out here you see there's this thin line, but this is all rainy weather, bad weather, and more bad weather. This one is particularly creepy looking. This is in Tyler, Texas, going west on I-20. That's Dallas. Beautiful skyline Dallas have. And this is where I live. And this one was just like looking at Pikes Peak in Colorado. It was just gigantic. It is enormous. This one is stretching 15,000 feet into the atmosphere. This is amazing big. But it didn't produce anything. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. But it was there. It was huge. Enormous. And this was actually, that would be yesterday, going back on FM 407 going west. We've just been out having lunch in Flower Mound, Texas at a place called Lombo. And they make some fantastic food. I had a delicious salmon shrimp, Monterey Jack cheese dish with vegetables. I'm on a keto diet because being a truck driver is not exactly the most healthy thing to be because you don't get a lot of exercise. And unfortunately at truck stops, all they have to offer you is something like Arby's and McDonald's, and that is junk food, is food designed to kill you, make you sick, and eventually you die from it. It's junk. So I'm not eating that shit anymore. I am on a strict keto diet, and when I started it, after the first month, and that is without even doing exercises, I lost 15 pounds just by changing my diet to keto. No sugar. I don't ingest any sugar anymore. Sugar is especially bad for you because sugar, processed sugar, is making your red blood cells sticky. And when your red blood cells get sticky, they stick to each other and they form blood clots in your veins and especially in your capillaries. the very tiny little blood vessels you have in your body. And that's something you need to avoid, because that's going to give you cardiovascular disease, and it's going to, in the long run, if you don't listen to the warning signs your body is giving you that something ain't right, is going to lead to a stroke. So I can recommend to you now, right now, listening to my voice, change your diet immediately. Make the decision that you are going strictly keto, meaning you're staying away from soy, which is not for human consumption. The human body, the enzymes in your intestinal system, cannot process soy. So read the label when you buy a product that is already pre-made. Does it contain soy? If it does, put it back on the shelf. Do not ingest it. It is not for human consumption. You cannot digest it. It accumulates in your intestinal system, and it's the leading factor of colon cancer. We eat fried chicken. It is the leading factor for prostate cancer in men. It is very key that you're watching what you're eating. The kind of food we're eating today, processed food, is, let me be quite frank with you, it is designed to make you sick. It is designed to kill you slowly. Because reality is, as I have said for the last decade to you, has been my message, they want to kill us. They want this populace of the planet down to 500 million so they can manage us. That's how they see it. They see us as a threat to them, even though they already own everything, but that's just not enough. These people are so filthy rich, and even though that they are so filthy rich, they still get up in the morning want to make more millions of dollars. It's like a drug to them. And now they have come to this point in their way of life that they would be better off if you and I are dead. So they are frantically working by controlling the weather, denying rain where rain is needed, giving rain to where rain is not needed, and completely drying up our hydrological system and our ecosystem in general. Meaning they're decimating our atmosphere, they're decimating, acidifying our soil so nothing can grow. And you've seen a video that I uploaded earlier, a few weeks ago, regarding the chemtrails, how they are spraying, especially over foresty areas, and they're deliberately killing the trees and turning them into gunpowder. So when we have these wildfires, especially on the West Coast, western states, they are burning like gunpowder. They're ferocious. They're spreading fast. They're burning large areas because the trees has been killed, and inside the trees they are filled up with barium and aluminum particulates, which acts like gunpowder. They just burn up fast, very fast. There's no wetness in the trees. They're just like dry twigs. They're like matches. They're just gone. And here again, this one is actually rotating, and we were a little worried about this one because you never know. We're living in Tornado Alley, and anything can happen in Texas very fast and very dramatically. But nothing happened. But look at this square right now. That's pretty interesting, don't you think? Perfect square, which is not normal, meaning that already here is an indication that something is going on regarding frequencies emitted into the cloud cover and all the chemtrails that is lingering around in our atmosphere. Here's a rain shaft somewhere out in Boyd. We're still on 407, and it's just raining. It's nothing bad. It's nothing major. It's just rain. But what I want you to look at here, this is America. We can go over here and you see here, there's a lot of stuff going on around the planet. But let's just focus on the homeland right here. Okay, all this, especially in Iowa, United States, we have at this moment 639 events worldwide, but most of them in the United States, where everything pertains to our food sources, our food chain. We can go here, fuel, electric, water, fertilizer in Devon, which is in Arkansas, no, Oklahoma, explosion and oil tank. Let's just take a random one here in Indiana, Saraga International Grocery on fire. Let's go up here randomly. Grain Silos Dakota Specialty Milling Company fire. All our food producing facilities in the United States are under the Biden watch being decimated. And that leads me, now that I am a Christian, leads me to think about Matthew 24. Matthew 24 says that there will be famine and pestilences and disease. What are you looking at here? You're looking right now at this image at over 600 incidents in the heartland of United States of America. All of it, pretty much, I would say 90% of all you see right here pertains to food production. There is a systematic, deliberate attack and breakdown, takedown of our food supply, meaning they want to kill you. This is not a coincidence. This did not take place during Trump. Not that I'm a political guy. I don't trust politicians, though that Donald Trump is not a politician. He's a businessman. But still, I don't believe in men. I believe in God Almighty. I believe in Jesus Christ. But what is going on here is a deliberate, systematic takedown of our lifeline for food. Deliberate. This did not take place under Trump, but is taking place during Biden. And we know for a fact, well, I do, I don't know if you do, the Democratic Party is a communist party. It is not anything about democracy. You can call the Democratic Party the Communistic Party of the United States of America. This has begun during Biden administration. This was not going on during and before the Trump administration. This is going on right now. Over 600 plants that produces vital necessities for you and I are being decimated, ruined, meaning they want you dead. Do not come and tell me that this many Walmarts all of a sudden have fires. Arson, 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 arson. Don't freaking tell me that. You can look over here. The link will be in the description. You can go and watch this page yourself. But everything you see on this list, that is freaking endless. Everything of it is related to food. They want to destroy us. They want to kill us. If you control the skies, chemtrails, you control the ground. You control the energy, you control a nation. You control the food, you control the people. That's what was Henry Kissinger saying, which is a disgusting, and I mean disgusting human being. And why the hell is he not dead yet? Why is he still alive? Why is Pelosi still alive? Why is Biden still alive? These old, disgusting human beings. Why are they still breathing? Like the Queen of England, why is she still breathing? Because they're not human. But all this, every single thing of it, has something to do with fertilizers and food production. They're literally destroying our way of survival. Deliberately. They are going for the kill. They're doing it now during the Biden administration. So at the midterms, if we ever going to have that, I don't know. I can't see that far out in the future. But I'm pretty sure that the Democrats right now are pissing their pants because they know that the American people are beginning to wake up and they're beginning to see all the crap. And I'm pretty sure that even if they are so-called liberals, they're not going to put that mark on the ballots for a Democrat this time. Because when they voted back in 2020, they were voting for something they hoped would be better than Trump. Even though we know what happened in 2020, which we can't talk about here on YouTube without being censored. Well, we know what happened. And we also know what happened after the inception of the Communist Party called the Democratic Party, the racist party. They call everybody who's not agreeing with them for racist. But nevertheless, the Democrats was behind the Civil War. They created and started the Civil War because they would not let go of the slaves. And Lincoln said, well, that's how you see it. Well, we are going to take it away from you. And then we had a Civil War. The Democratic Party is also the creator of Ku Klux Klan, which is a cult of adamant racists that hates black Americans and want them dead or in slavery. That's the Democratic Party. When we had the decision regarding the Civil Rights Act, guess who held a 75-day filibuster at Congress? The Democratic Party. They did not want to approve of the Civil Rights Act. That already there, people, should tell you that the Democratic Party in this nation has only one wish, that is to enslave every woman and man and child of this country, this great country. That's their goal. They want to destroy you. They want to kill you. And if they let in the Chinese, which I think they will, and actually know they will, the Chinese, the yellow man's goal, because the yellow man, the Chinese, have this notion and belief that they were the first people to ever venture into what is now called North America. And therefore they see it as their right to have our land. And the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, will kill every woman, man and child, natural born citizens of the United States, and everybody else who is not a yellow man. And they will also kill those who is already here as the yellow people, those who are settled, immigrated, and like me, being a United States citizens. They want to take this land away from us because they want the resources, because China has now depleted its own resources. They have polluted their aquifers. They have pretty much, like any empire, destroyed their own ability to stay alive in their own place. Therefore, they have to seek other places like locusts to get more food, more resources to survive. And the Democratic Party in this country is damn helping them. And if a vote is really anything worth, I suggest to you, even if you are liberal listening to this, you put your freaking vote on a Republican, not the party that you think you are going to support, because the party that you are supporting, that you think is so good, so nice, actually want you dead. They don't give a shit about you. They just want you dead. They just want your votes so they can maintain power. That's it. It's really that simple. But just look at this map. I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. I'm just going to let it stand there and give you a pretty good impression of the devastation that the Democratic Party and their goons are doing to this country under Biden watch, decimating our food supply. Our food supply is also being decimated elsewhere. Let's cross the big pond and go over here. Also in Europe, we see an attack, destroyed, euthanized crabs and lobsters, no fishy food. Again, chickens, millions killed. Holland, Hilton Food meat processing on fire. Go here, Ukraine, every grocery store in area destroyed. This is Germany, hacked. Worldwide manufacturer and distributor of agricultural equipment, several locations hacked. Again, in Germany, Bavaria, where Adam Weishaupt is from, the founder of Illuminati, Vienna, Austria, food storage is on fire. Andorra, Local grocery store explosion. Yeah, and what's here? Farm animals, LFD holding pig farm of largest in Germany, fire, 55,000 pigs died. Do you think this is a coincidence? Let's zoom out. Look at the whole map. Look at all this. This is happening right now. Is there any question in your mind that someone has ill intentions? Don't come and tell me at any point in time that all this is coincidental. Grocery stores, food pantries, farm and animals, grain and silos and plants, and hacking of computer systems. Everything is happening after Biden took office. This is happening now. Right now. And everything of it pertains to your survival. All of it. None of it separates. We're not talking about oil refinery on fire. We're talking about food being destroyed. Since the communist pig, Joe Biden, took office, there you go. Only one incident in China. Only one. There. Only one. The rest is in the Western world. They want to kill the Western world. And we know why. Because we're well educated and we ask questions. Why they want us dead. And I've been telling you that for a decade now. They want you dead. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They want you dead. You really think that's okay that someone led by Satan himself want to kill you? How does it make you feel that there's a group of people consisting of only 7,000 people who want 7 billion people dead? How does it make you feel? You think that's okay? That 7,000 people are deciding the fate of 7 billion people because they want power and more power. And power and more power is not enough. They want absolute power. Do you think that's okay? That 7,000 people are going to sit there and decide the fate of the entire world? Look at this map. They're killing us deliberately from the sky with chemtrails, denying precipitation where precipitation is okay, where it's needed. And at the same time, they're burning down our freaking food supplies. Look at this over here. Worldwide, 639 attacks on our food supply chain. And I'm telling you, this is a huge impact on our food supply. Not to mention Ukraine, that is the wheat production #1 on the planet. There's wheat in all processed food. And Ukraine is not going to produce it. Meaning a lot of processed food that you can live on, that's not exactly healthy for you, but you can survive on it, is going to be decimated. And there's only one nation on this planet who is not part of the New World Order, and that's China. In their view, every single one of us, American or not, around the planet are subject to death, according to them. I have a video that explains that. I have a 2-part videos that explains that. And I urge you to watch that too. Let's go in here. It is called China the Enemy of the World, Part 1 of 2, Part 2 of 2, where I read the entire transcript of what a guy in China, communist bastard, is telling the Chinese in their so-called government that they don't have. They don't have a government. They just have the Chinese Communist Party. And everything they do is for the Communist Party of China. It's not for the people. It's not for anything. It is only for the party. They're complete atheists. They're complete demons on this planet, the Chinese Communist Party. I'm not talking about the Chinese people. I'm talking about that little pesky group of Chinese communists that is sitting and ruling China and want to rule the entire planet, because in reality they think, in their delusion of grandeur, they think they discovered the entire world before anybody else, and they did not. Because in the beginning, God created mankind. He did not create races. He created mankind. Go watch those two. He will put it out in black and white, as you see in these thumbnails here. This country here wants everybody on the planet to submit to their rule. And everybody over here is subject to death, according to them. And them too, dead. They want everybody to just put up and shut up and live under the Chinese Communist Party's ideology. That's their goal. I think you get my point now. And as I said in the beginning, for the last decade now, I have been telling you time and time again, they want to kill you. They want you dead. Are you okay with that? And if you are, go hang yourself in a tree right now, if you think that's fine. Because then you're worthless to the whole world, for humanity, if you have that observation. And all you LGBTQ, all you pronoun idiots, and all you Antifas, and all your Black Lives Matters idiots, and all that bullshit that is going on, this cult, suicide cult that you are. All you're doing is digging your own grave. Being so self-absorbed by your stupid ideas. And not realizing that they who created all this crap and brought you into this mindset that you have today, They in reality just want you bloody dead. They couldn't give a shit about you. They just want you dead. Period. And I'm saying again, to the whole world, 7,000 people that is running this planet into the ground just want 7 billion dead. And the rest as slave and a boot stamping on a human face forever. That's what they want. And you're bloody letting it happen. Because you're so self-absorbed. Let me look this one up. Men, lovers of themselves. Right here. This is where we are today. Right here. Timothy, 2 Timothy 3:2. Copy. Put it in here. Paste. Search. And read the whole bloody thing for you. So you understand. The whole chapter here. Read the full chapter. This know also, in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Are we seeing that today? Indeed we do. Without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Do we see that? Indeed we do. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Do we see that today? Indeed we do. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, for such turn away. Do we see that today? Indeed we do. For those are the sort of which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with diverse lust. Do we see that today? Indeed we do. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Do we see that today? Indeed we do. Now, as Janes and Jambres withstood Moses, so does these who also resist the truth of men corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. Do we see that today? Indeed we do. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, and there also was. Do we see that? Yeah, we do. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, and faith, for long-suffering, charity, and patience. That is God. He is slow to anger, and you still have time to return to our Father. But that time and that window is getting very small soon. Look at this. This is Matthew 24. Famine is coming to the whole world. And they don't give a shit. Because they have ensured themselves that they have food and water to drink. We don't have anything. Are you awake now? Or are you just gonna go back to sleep, ignoring what I just told you? The fact of what is going on? Most of you people out there in the world are going to be killed by war and starvation. Billions of people are going to die because of war and starvation. And because of what I just read to you, that is going to be fulfilled. And Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man cometh unto the Father but by me. So when you go to bed tonight, remember what I just told you, and know that to be the truth. 95% of humanity, when tribulation begins, is going to be dead, no longer alive. 95% of all humanity is going to be dead. This world is going to be a very, very empty place and destroyed beyond recognition by war, by natural disasters, and by God's wrath, because you will not hearken to his voice. So he's going to put judgment on all of us, except those who are saved. The rest of you is going to suffer, and you are going to suffer greatly. And when you're suffering, you're still going to point your fist at God and call him all sorts of names, not realizing that you, amongst millions of people, have asked for this. He has his arms open. He loves all of us, every one of us. And he gave us free will. And by that, you make your own choices. But there is one choice you cannot undo. And that is when you die. That choice you made before you died is going to be the outcome when you die. Think hard about that. It shouldn't take you a minute to find out, looking at your life and your faith, or lack thereof, where you headed. You don't believe there is a hell? There is. There is a hell. And I assure you, you don't want to go there. There will be an eternity of anguish and gnashing of teeth. For eternity. And there will be no escape. It will be forever and ever and ever and ever. And you were only there because you made the choice to be there. Okay? You made your own choice. Because God is all loving and he gave you free will. He did not say, you're going to do it my way or the highway. He gave you a choice. You want to be with him. Be steadfast. Have patience. Be faithful. And follow me. And I will show you the splendors of creation and the universe for eternity. Over and out. God bless you.